Everyone, I'm Garrett and today I'm with Brandon from Naked and Famous Denim. Today we're looking at the new MIJ 15, but before we get into those details, do me a big favor, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. All right, our next Made in Japan jean, Brandon, can you tell me all about it?
Sure, well let's start with the name, which is one of my favorite names of any jean that we've ever done. It is the Tokushima hand-dyed natural indigo warp Kakishibu weft intangible cultural treasure Selvedge denim. Let's see Garrett say that 10 times fast.
I just called the MIJ 15.
The MIJ 15 is correct. It is the 15th edition of our Made in Japan collection. It is something that is so special and so amazing, and this is the top of the top. We've done similar things before where we've had a hand-dyed weft. So the warp yarns are actually dyed by hand in Tokushima, which is on the island of Shikoku in Japan. And it's just, there's only a few guys that know how to do this. They're real artisans that pass the method down from generation to generation. And so much so that Japan has even given the title of this method of intangible cultural treasure. So it's very special. It's not just called hand dyeing, it's often called hank dyeing because the warp yarns are kind of bunched into a big hank, which is like a swirling bunch of yarn. Then they have pits in the ground. Usually there's 4 pits in the ground. There can be a different number, and they'll dip down the yarns into the bath of indigo, pull it out, and let it dry. And it's amazing. They once even told me a story that the experts, the artisans who actually do this, can dip their finger down in the indigo and taste it and know based on the bacteria that they're tasting if it's time to mix or not. And they have to mix every certain amount, every few hours or every couple days, depending on the color that they want, depending on the saturation they want, and how many dips, and how long to let it dry, and where to dip it. It's a whole art form just in itself. And we think it's so beautiful and so amazing, and look at the result. I mean, because it's dyed in a hank and oxidized in a hank, that means that not all of the parts of the yarn are going to oxidize at the same rate, and that means that you're not going to get the same type of blue throughout the yarn. So even though we only use one dye, look at all of the million blues that you see here. It's just an incredible gradient of natural blues. It's something that is so beautiful that you cannot get through a chemical process, that you cannot get through a mass market process. And so, God bless these guys that do it. It's so amazing. We, of course, put our best leather patch on top. This is a shell cordovan leather patch. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a beloved leather. For the leather nerds and the shoe nerds, they all know it and love it. It is basically horse butt. It is not like the rump of the horse. It's not the tuchus of the horse, but it's kind of like the upper thigh, and it's a piece. Oh, we should have brought one down. We have some pieces upstairs. Each shell is about this big. It can shine up super beautifully, and it's just a very durable and special and a little bit shiny and incredible leather. And so we use that for our leather patch. Of course, we have our translated logo over here, which was done by incredible artist Alvin Lee, who of course did the flasher as well. And you see we have the gradient 2 colors. The reason that we have a gradient of colors is because what makes this extra special, since we've done hand-dyed and hank-dyed denim before, is that the weft is also hand-dyed. Holy moly. So look at the weft over here. I hope you guys can see it. If not, maybe Garrett will put some B-roll. But the inside is what we call Kakishibu dyed. And Kakishibu means persimmon dyed. So persimmon is an old fruit. They say actually that it's one of the oldest cultivated fruits in the world. I think they said that, now I'm going to mess up my dates, but they said it's either 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. They have evidence of the fruit being cultivated in Egypt and used for a dye stuff because it has so much tannins in it. So they extract the tannin from the persimmon and they make a dye stuff with it. And so not only are the warp yarns hank dyed, but the weft yarns are hank dyed too. And you get this beautiful like orangey brown persimmon color. So this is something that is quite special. It's on both sides, vertical and horizontal side. So warp side and weft side. If anyone doesn't know, in Japanese, it's tate and yoko. In French, remember what it is?
Chaîne et trame.
Oh, look at this French expert here. Chaîne et trame in French. Those are all the ways we know how to say warp and weft. And yeah, so we also have the little narrow busted seam for the selvage edge, as we always do, and all the other good details on our MIJ jeans like normal. You have the embroidered maple leaf over there, and if we open up the jeans, we'll also see that we have 100% copper rivets. We have raised belt loops, which really give it an interesting texture and already start to give abrasions like right away. So those will fade really beautifully. You have also the selvage fly. You have thick pocket bags. But one of my favorite things that we haven't shown too often, and I know it's Garrett's favorite, he loves the hand feel of these buttons, is that our buttons are 100% iron. And not just the outside of the button, but the whole button itself. Like, it's not just a shell that is put on top of a nickel button. The whole button is iron, and even the tack on the back is iron. And we have the proof. If you take a magnet to any of your normal jeans and you put it on there, you'll see that it's not. It's usually made from some kind of nickel alloy, and it will not be magnetic. But here, we'll show you very clearly. Oh yeah, I can actually probably pick up the whole jean because I'm using a neodymium. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Earth magnet.
As a rare earth metal magnet, but yeah, pretty cool. I think this magnet can hold like 80 pounds of opposing force. Anyway, and then I can show you on the other side, it works as well, just on the tack itself. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and a special detail that we really love. So yeah. Loaded with details, loaded with action. We didn't make that many because it's hard to get our hands on this fabric. There's not that much hang dyed yarn that they can produce each time. So it's something that is very limited. It's something that is very special, and whoever gets a hands on these is pretty lucky, I think. Thanks guys so much for your support. Garrett, are you gonna tell them what fits it comes in?
Yes, so this is gonna be coming, of course, in the super guy, weird guy, easy guy, true guy. There is one note about the easy guy. Tatinoyoko and Naked Famous Denim will not be receiving the easy guy. Only Gerhard Supply in Toronto and Stuart in London will be receiving full runs of the easy guy. So if you need that, go over to them. And for anything else, of course, Tatinoyoko and Naked Famous Denim will be carrying this very exclusive, very special jean. There's not going to be a lot of them, so I'm going to definitely remind people that if you are interested in this, please be there at the release date. We always release at 11 a.m. All the release information is gonna be down below, as well as all the links, so definitely click down there. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.